Australia's pork industry is calling for people to stand up and support pork farmers after accusing animal activists of harassment and more. Now, what's happening to these farmers mirrors similar attacks against dairy farmers, wool growers and those in the poultry industry. Australian pork CEO Margot Andre appeared yesterday before Senate estimates in what some are regarding as one of the most passionate appearances in the Senate chamber for a long time. And she's called out the animal activists who she says are not only harassing her and her team, but farmers right across the country. Have a listen to Margot yesterday.
And it is not okay. This behaviour is not acceptable and what they do is not okay, and it has to be called out, or there will be no farmers in the future because they will not be game to walk out their front doors. These are people's homes and they have come to my work, got in under false pretences. They have put it on social media. They have denigrated my team. At what point is that even remotely okay? It is not okay, and it's about time we stood up and called these people out, because a lot of people are doing the right thing every single day with their families, with their homes, and they are now scared of, are they being followed home? Are they being harassed? You go down the lift, is there going to be someone there? And it's not peaceful. It is intimidation, it is bullying, and it needs to be called out.
Margot, welcome to the show. I had my wires crossed there. You're not a pork farmer, but you've definitely got a farming background. Just how bad is it for those in the pork industry?
Yeah, look, I mean, I guess we're very clear. We believe everyone has a voice. We believe everyone has a choice in what proteins they eat. But I guess what we're getting to is we're coming off 3 decades of constant harassment, illegal behaviour. And I do need to be clear, it's illegal behaviour. So our pork farmers have been under attack for decades now, and it's getting to the point that the new methods, the attacks, the denigration, the social media approach to it, enough's enough, Peter.
Yeah, this is criminal behaviour. Do you think enough is understood, actually, that it is breaking the law?
No, and I think that's probably my key point, is that we work with reputable animal welfare groups. We're held highly to a strong account, where standards need to be world leading, and we're highly regulated, we're independently audited, we have our own industry standards. What we're actually seeing the rise of is in these activists whose actual goal is to end livestock farming, and they are breaking the law. They are going above and beyond to do the wrong thing, put people in unsafe positions, to be cruel. It is not okay the way they're operating, and yes, it is illegal, and it's not okay.
My sister and her husband run a dairy farm, and I know dairy was targeted previously in the past, pork industry, I mentioned poultry and others. I guess the challenge here is, you're right, you do work with the RSPCA and all the other bodies that regulate your industry, but this is an activist mob, right? This is, the Extinction Rebellion type of animal liberationists. They use the footage that they take illegally from places like your farms, and they use it to fundraise, and they use it to fundraise for political purposes. This is not necessarily about animal welfare, is it?
No, and that's probably the other key point, is it isn't actually about animal welfare. There are really good groups whose sole aim is to ensure the best outcome for their animals, which is our goal. We care for our pigs, but every producer in this country cares about their animals, and they are animal welfare experts. No matter what anyone says, they know those animals and they want the best, and they're supported well by veterinarians, who we give a shout out, amazing people across our supply chains, all doing the right thing. Animal handling's huge for us. We're constantly training. So I think it really is that these animal activists actually are removing all choice. They're removing the right information. They actually want to end livestock farming, and we come back to, it's about choice. The average Australian is allowed that choice of what they're actually eating, and we're very privileged as producers in this country to uphold those amazing world-leading standards in how we produce our food and raise our animals. But these people have ulterior motives, and I guess my big shout out today is that their methods are illegal, and what we're actually asking for is for them to not be given the voice in those environments that have an impact on the greater industries. Or it does get to the point that the farmers won't want to walk out the doors. They won't want to get out of bed in the morning and continue to provide beautiful Australian homegrown food that we are so privileged to have access to.
And I will make the point too, if it wasn't for agriculture, our terms of trade would be in a lot of trouble. Given that it's more than just what's on our plate, given it's how we pay our way as a country, Who in authority is sticking up for farmers?
And you're exactly right. Like, we're a $5.3 billion industry. We employ 36,000 people in rural and regional Australia, so the heartland of our country. Really good core values with everything they do. But agriculture as a whole is on track to be a $100 billion industry by 2030, and we're actually fast-tracking that, but we're doing it sustainably. We're doing it with the right processes, the right controls, the right research. Everything's, being the best of the best here. It's how we're driven. And so I guess that's our probably key point, is when decision makers see a photo or see a note, actually come to the industry and let us have our voice, let us be heard, and don't make knee-jerk reactions based on something that potentially not true, and worse, it's illegal behaviour. But Peter, really, the way these activists are operating now too is really it's cruel what they are doing to people, and you can just see people are just, enough's enough.
And look, a lot of farmers live close to their sheds. They live close to where these operations are infiltrated by activists, so I know it's very threatening for families as well. Margot, I have to leave it there, but look, congratulations on your very passionate speech yesterday. I think more of that in Canberra is a good thing. Thank you for your time.